Again, this is Danny. I just wanted to give you guys all a shout out. Last video I did, I was sponsored by Mishimoto, and I've been doing some work here and there. I was also got into an accident with Doomsday Silver, my silver Dodge Durango. So basically what's going on is I am going to be recording on Blue, the build and the teardown and the rebuild. But we're also going to be taking care of Doomsday's front end. I lost the AC condenser. We're going to be replacing that. I lost the radiator, so we're going to be replacing that. Serpentine belt was completely shredded, so we're going to be replacing that. And hopefully no other damage body-wise. But we're going to try to get everything done within the months to come. I've got a lot of things that I've already picked up during my time of absence since the last video I did. What we're going to do is I'm going to show you exactly what happened to Doomsday. Not going to show you the video of me hitting the animal because it was quite gory, and well, I'm trying to keep this at least PG-13 on this channel. Alright, let me show you guys what I'm talking about with Doomsday's front end here. So obviously the bumper doesn't look extremely bad, other than maybe a couple of holes and maybe my fog lights pushed in. Thank God my fog lights were not damaged during the incident. But if you look right down in here, you can see that my AC condenser, I don't know if you can really see my AC condenser, gone. It's been pushed in and it punctured right straight into my radiator, which caused it to completely erupt. But I've got just everything's all loose, so I'm going to show you what I've done on Blue so far. And I'm grateful to have another truck in this year and model, because I'm able to get the parts that I need to replace everything I need here for the time being. But I already took the time and took out the AC condenser and the radiator. If you see, there's a bunch of crap like this mud bug that was on the radiator, but I also need to clean the inside of this thing because, well, over time, the owner of the vehicle before me, well, didn't do such a hot job with keeping it clean. So I've got to wash this junk out real quick, and hopefully we can get everything all situated. But let me give you a glance of what I've done so far. So basically what you see, I've already taken apart the front bumper because I'm thinking about using this bumper here and repainting it. But I also have this one dent here and another, where is it? Another ding right here. So I'll probably tap those out later, but I managed to take everything out that I needed. The piping for this line that connected to the radiator I had to cut. So unfortunately this I'm going to have to replace in the future for later videos. And you can see I got a little mud turd bug. This is what was all over my damn radiator. I hate these things. But anyways, let's the engine that I have in here I'm not using. So if you know anybody that wants either an engine, I can always give you my email. We could post. It's a 5.2 liter. It's got a little over 230,000 miles on the engine. If you want to wait, I could always rebuild it in the future for a later video. But I also have that motor over there from Doomsday's old bay that needs to be rebuilt, and that motor is still a strong motor. Pardon me. But we're gonna do our best. I'm gonna tear everything apart during the time, and for now, I'm going to clean up the junk that's on the radiator here, and clean up whatever I can from the AC condenser. Go over and tear down Doomsday's front bumper and everything, and see if we can replace everything with all this, get it up and running so that I have a vehicle again, because I can't just be driving my wife's Pontiac all the time. That's another thing I wanted to talk about, guys. During the process of me working with Blue and Doomsday, I will be working on my wife's vehicle as well. She's got an electrical issue that's going on. Just this past week, when we had the hurricanes and everything and bad weather, every time I would hit a puddle with this car, the damn headlights and the interior dash would dim in and out, like it would bog in and out. So we're going to try to get to the bottom of that electrically. And but yeah, first things first, let's work on Doomsday. All right, catch you in a minute. All right, so let me give you a better look at it and show you what I mean. If you look down there, that's my AC condenser, and when you look inside, you can see I've got all this junk and crap all over, all these little black dots everywhere. If I can focus in, but that's from the belt shredding everywhere, so I had to clean all that junk up. Other than that, I don't see really any issues with the pulleys. Nothing extreme. Everything seems to be still on the solid end, but let's go ahead and I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. Now, what I usually start out first is I try to take the bumper off first, because it's easier for me to access everything. So the front bumper on these vehicles and the Dodge Dakotas, okay, from I think 98 to 2000 or 2001. I'm not sure exactly when they stopped making the older gen models, but if you have a Durango or a Dakota, these bumpers are extremely easy to take off, and it requires a 3/4 socket. I don't know if my phone, my damn camera will focus on it, but it comes with a 3/4 socket, and it's quite easy. You want to get an extension, especially because where it sits, you got a bolt here. Usually there's 2 bolts. You got another bolt on the other side here, and then on the bottom right next to the wheel, if you see, I got a couple of wires but sitting underneath. But let me shimmy my camera and everything in. You got a couple of bolts that sit up top here. Obviously I have one, because I obviously take the bumper off constantly. So, but it's all the same bolt. So the 3/4 socket. So, and they're quite easy. There's usually, it's just 2, 4, 6, 8 bolts all together, and then the front bumper completely comes off. And it's a quite easy job to just take those bolts off. Take those bolts off and remove everything. So once I take the AC condenser off, there's a bunch of bolts that I need to take out. So we have to take the AC condenser out, which is 1, 2, and then it loosens and it's free. And then when you get inside here, you got, for the radiator, 1, 2 on the side here. There's another radiator bolt. And then if you feel froggy, there are these tiny little bolts that are right here. take the plastic off. So way I'm going to do it is I'm going to take the front bumper off. I'm going to try to take this cross member piece out, and then hopefully we can take everything out of the front of the bay, check to see if there's any other damage with the harmonic balancer, and if there's any issues with the bottom end, if there's any shifting or anything of the sort. So we're going to try our best to try to get everything up and running with blue. And if you noticed how much oxidation that I got on this thing, Jesus, versus the last video I did, and if you notice, some of the oxidation starting to come back again. But you know, hey, what can you do? But I do have a set of spider headlights that I'm placing an order for. They should be coming in during the time of me recording all of this, within the next month or 2 or 3 months, depending on how fast I can get everything done. But yeah, I'm gonna start fast forwarding and getting everything unbolted and buttoned back up. All right. Alright, now that I got the front bumper off, like I said, it's extremely easy to take the front bumper off these things. I've got my fog lights wired up, so I don't want to cut anything. I got to redo all this right here, though. But so far, I don't see any frame damage, which is good. I don't see anything really, well, somewhat slightly pushed in. You notice that it's straight here, and then right here is slightly pushed in. So I might have to get a little piece or something. Kind of too bad for my bumper. Have to fix everything up, but we'll get everything situated. If you see, it's kind of crinked right in here. So yeah, that was a pretty big hit. If you noticed, I've got somewhat frame damage here. Nothing too expensive, nothing too extensive, expensive or extensive. Just gonna go ahead and maybe what I'll do is I'll get a little mallet or something, kind of like straighten this out a little bit. But for the time being, I'm not really worried about it. What I'm worried is this. So I've got these 2 connections that I've got to take off that go to the condenser. All right, and the tools that I like to use are these right here. They work like a charm. Once you can get these removed, this removed, then the AC condenser moves completely freely. So yeah, let's move forward and go from there. All right, now that I got the AC condenser out, I took the radiator reservoir out too, so that I got some room. But if you notice, look how pretty damaged. Significant. And then if you notice, my radiator shifted. So yeah, all that's pretty damaged. That punctured a hole into it. So right on the very bottom is completely squashed. Completely came off its pieces, and it basically shifted. So got the AC condenser out, like I said. Quite easy. A couple of bolts here. Same with the radiator. You just need to take the clamp off the hose, take the hoses out. Got another hose on the bottom. Got to take this hose off here, and like I said, on the bottom there's another big hose down there, right down in there. I don't know if you guys can see where I'm pointing at, but that hose right there needs to come off. And then I've got 2, I'm guessing, transmission lines that run to the radiator. I don't know how that's gonna work, so one of these days I'm gonna have to go out and get a radiator cooler kit for, or not the radiator, transmission cooler kit, because this is connected to my transmission and it's not keeping it cool enough. So, but yeah, let me go ahead and take that off, and I'm going to take this cross member piece off so that I don't have to take this plastic out. But I'm going to take this cross member piece off, and then we're going to take the radiator out, and we'll go from there and replace everything that I need to replace from what I have old parts. I'm going to put onto these so that I'm not worried about spending any money for the time being. I did talk to my wife, and we did explain now that silver is down, and I'm doing the work to them. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to get the headlights, I'm going to replace the bumper, and I'm going to get a bully bar for the front end of this. And we're going to do a little bit more work. I'm going to take this stock intake out, the stock exhaust out, everything that I put stock-wise into this motor, I'm going to take completely out, and I'm going to put everything that I put into blue back into silver, so it's got raw power. Tired of going up a hill and not being able to get enough juice. So let me go ahead and take care of these items here, and we will get back to our regularly scheduled program. All right, bye. All right, so far I've assessed the damage. So if you see, there's nothing really too bad on the front, but if you flip it around, you can see these nasty gashes from my belt and my fan. And if you also noticed, bing, bing. So my two blades here are bent completely, so I got to replace the fan belt, or the fan itself. So I don't see anything else really major, other than I don't know if you guys can really see, but on this side here, on this side right here, it pushed in just a little bit, but just the front frame. Subframe looks like it's in okay condition. It doesn't look like it pushed back any further or anywhere. I don't see any other damage anywhere else on the frame other than just this little portion right here, this little front section right here. It looks like it shimmied and about a good 1/4 of an inch back. So I'm going to find a way of getting a body stretcher, or whatever they call it, body press, and kind of like push this front frame out. But all in all, that's pretty much it for the day, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and order the new fan, or just get a new or just get the tool for it, so I can just take the fan off the old truck on the blue one. But other than that, man, you guys see this is the damage that it caused in my radiator, and I'm literally looking directly straight at it, and you can see that this side here kind of pushed in a little bit. So other than that, guys, that's pretty much it for the day. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna call it. We're gonna do another video of me. I'm gonna get the parts in, and I'm gonna get everything that I need. Just gonna go ahead and get the tools that I need for it, get the parts that I need for it, get the serpentine belt, the oil. I have antifreeze for the truck, so we're good to go on that. Other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. If you like this video, hopefully it's a tutorial of trying to get a radiator and AC condenser completely replaced on a 99 Dodge Durango. Hopefully I can do step-by-steps and show you how to replace the parts that need to be replaced whenever need be. So you also see that I did take the cross member off so that I can get closer to, easier for me to get the radiator and everything out. I still have to wait overnight. If you notice these right here, these are for my transmission. These are my transmission lines. This is the coolant line that I'm using. So other than that, if you like what you see, definitely hit that like button. Please definitely subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Pound it. Hit it hard. Hit it hard. But we're moving forward, and yeah, have a great day, guys, and never look back.